Welcome to How Preschool Teachers Do It.
This is Alison Kentos. I am an early childhood educator.
And this is Cindy Tarabush. I am an early childhood consultant.
This podcast is for parents and early childhood professionals.
Let our experience and research-based knowledge become your guide.
Hey, preschool peeps.
Hi, peeps.
This is a different kind of episode because we are about to take our own advice. Something I will admit, we realized when we were thinking about this episode and our calendar and the episodes ahead, that sometimes we give advice and we don't take it. It was one of those light bulb moments. And we said, you know what we're going to do on this podcast? We're going to do what we say. And that includes two things: giving choices and the importance of breaks. Two things we have not much done before on this podcast.
No.
So let's start with choices. Choices help people to feel empowered. And it helps people to feel respected, valued. Like when you give children choices, they feel capable. They understand that you believe in their capability to make a decision. And we here at How Preschool Teachers Do It podcast have decided to give you a decision to make because we value you. We know you're very capable. And so we're not going to do something we've done in the past. During holidays, and Allison has told me, because she's our calendar keeper, that next Monday is a holiday. The Monday after that is a holiday. We have the official Christmas holiday coming. We have New Year's coming. So these are all holidays. In the past, what we've done is we have decided for you. We've released lost episodes. We've repeated episodes. We're going to let you decide for the next 2 weeks. So we are going to take a break, and we'll get back to that idea. We're going to take the holiday break. And for 2 Mondays, what we would love for you to do, maybe not right on the holiday, maybe you're going to do this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Look, we're giving you a choice of days. At some point over the next 2 weeks, you choose what you might want repeated. You go into the hundreds of episodes that we have of this podcast, and you decide what it is you want to listen to for the first time or listen to again, or just get reminders from, and so
you need something you need refined, you're like, I'm really struggling with meeting time, and you're going to find something about that. It's all about you. Make it about you. Because that's what
you can go into your podcast provider and you can go back. I wrote it down. This is episode 259. There are 258, 9 if you count this one, episodes for you to choose. Sometimes people tell us they're binging us, and Allison and I get a giant kick out of that because we feel like Netflix. That's what people binge. Yes. We love that. You go ahead. You decide. Do you want to do a binge? Maybe you weren't with us way back in the beginning when we started this podcast. And I'm going to tell you what, if you go back, you're about to learn how we have refined it. Updated things we do. Even today, there's a different background. If you're watching us on YouTube, we have a different background. We like to change it up sometimes. And we really liked this one. If you're not on YouTube, feel free to go over there and find this episode. Check it out. So anyway, the choice next Monday, which, am I right, Allison? It is December 25th.
It's December 25th is an actual Monday. January 1st is an actual Monday. Yeah.
So for those 2 weeks, you decide. Scary, right? Choices are scary.
Right?
Choices are hard.
Yeah.
This can help you remember what it feels like to be an early learner when you look at them and say, here's the whole room. You decide. For us on the podcast, that list of episodes is like, here's the whole room. You decide.
Yeah. It's
And
more
I'm-
like a whole auditorium. There's so many episodes.
it's a smorgasbord of early childhood education topics.
Yes, yes.
Go back, find what appeals to you. And then, you know what? Go to either our Facebook page or our website and let us know how that felt, that choice of 250 something episodes.
I would
Or-
love to know what you chose. That would be awesome.
That
And
would
seeing
be
what everybody
cool.
else
Let us know what you
chose, right?
chose, right?
What did you choose and why? You know?
Let us know
Maybe
what you
just spun the
chose.
wheel and was like, okay, this one, you know, or I would love to know.
Or even this. Decide, no, I'm going to take a break with Cindy and Alison, and I'm going to come back to listening to Cindy and Alison on January 8th, 2024, because that's when we will be back with a brand new episode for you.
Yay.
And I'm going to admit, we have not done this before where we didn't release an episode on a Monday. This is scary for me. I don't know how you feel, Alison.
I'm kind of excited. Okay. I'm kind of excited. I'm not as scared as Cindy is about it. I understand the hesitation, I think, but I also think it's important to take a break, you know, and I'm kind of excited that we have reached this point where we have decided that we are important too, and we also deserve a break, you know.
Which is a beautiful segue into talking
Thank
about
you.
breaks.
Yes.
You're welcome. That was beautiful. We have in the past, there are episodes where we've talked about the importance of taking care of yourselves, especially in this very challenging era in which we are all living. It is very important to take care of yourself because you can't pour from an empty bucket. The children need our buckets to be full. I love that analogy of the empty bucket. I recently said it to my son, who was in a situation where he was sort of being a caregiver. And I said, you make sure that you care for yourself because you can't pour from an empty bucket. He had never heard about that. And he was like, wow, that's so profound.
Yeah. It's
yes.
very true. It's very true.
It is.
It's kind of like on the airlines where they're like, help yourself first because you can't help other people if you are injured or whatever. You need to put the gas mask on or the oxygen mask.
Gas mask. Please don't make it a gas mask. Okay.
Put the oxygen mask on yourself first so that you can then further help other people. You know, it's kind of like that. Yeah.
I'm totally putting my mask on first because again, if you can't breathe, how are you helping other people? And it's the same.
You're not helping anybody. Yeah.
It's the same for you. So in many places, or in at least where we are, I mean, I think it's many places, there is a winter break.
Yeah.
Some people have, I work with some programs that have a fall break, a winter break, a spring break. They have multiple breaks.
Yeah.
You know, breaks are so important. I remember when I worked in a program many years, I thought, thank goodness this break is coming because everybody is so germy. Everybody had colds and flu and stomach viruses, and now we can add COVID to the mix. And everybody was spreading everything. And I remember thinking, woo, the break is coming. We will separate these children. The level of yes, let's air this out. The level of germs is going to decrease. That's going to be great for us all. We'll come back together and everybody will be healthy. That was about physical health. But the break also gives everybody some mental health. Hopefully, your break will be peaceful and relaxing. And I hope that you take advantage of that. You know, the definition of a break is leave that other stuff. Do things that are different, that fill your bucket, that rejuvenate you. And I will, again, I'm going to admit, I am terrible at that. I especially since I work at home, I am terrible at it.
Yes.
Especially since I work at home. It's not like I'm leaving another building and my stuff is there for work and now I'm coming home and my stuff is not here. That's not the case for me anymore. But I think that's also true for most teachers. You know, our work, lesson planning, collecting things for the classroom, all that stuff is portable. And So when I was a classroom teacher, I was equally not great at taking that break. Very, very equally. So I had to get better at it. I purposefully, during this winter break, am going to walk away. I don't have any work that's going to be calling me. Nothing, not even university classes. They're all on break. Everything's on break. Right. So I'm going to walk away. And we decided for this podcast, just like you all need to rejuvenate for the role you're in, whether that's parent, and parents get the fewest amount of breaks, right?
Yes. There is no
Take a break over the break. Go have some sort of time with, if you have safe care for your children, just go have some sort of adult time and take a break.
Yes.
Just like teachers need a break and they need to walk away from the day-to-dayness. And administrators need a break and they need to walk away from those responsibilities. Alison and I decided that it was wise to be models of what we're saying.
Yes.
And to not do this podcast over the next couple of weeks, to model what we're saying and actually take a break. So we're not releasing anything over the next 2 Mondays.
Well, and I think because I think teachers don't walk away always, right? Cindy is always, even when she says she's on vacation, she will send me articles that she is reading. And I'm like, Cindy, you're on vacation. And so like, I know, I know it is for her.
I'm just letting the people know. I'm letting the preschool peeps know. You're not exaggerating.
I am not exaggerating. I am the opposite of Cindy. I will be like, you know what? It's break. I am not going to think about teaching or anything like that. I'm just going to read my own books. I'm not going to read any educational things, nothing. It's break. It took me a long time to get to that point because when you're a teacher, I mean, you have very little time to prep things. So you're like, oh, look, here's a whole week where I can actually like just concentrate on what I need to concentrate on. But I feel like the children need you at full capacity. When you're not taking a break and you're even like your mind is constantly working on your classroom or your lessons or whatever it is that you're doing, then you're not fully letting go. And you need to, so that when you come back on January 3rd or whenever your break is over, that you are fully rested, because that's going to help the children. So like, I'm one that like, I don't even want to think about my classroom for a week, so I will occupy my time. I'm going to go to the library. I'm going to get stuff that I like to read. I'm going to maybe do stuff that I want to do. I'm going to fill that time so that my brain is occupied with all this good, fun stuff, rather than reverting to the like, oh wait, let me think of like lesson plans. And sometimes you have to like plan ahead of time, like the week before, be like, okay, I'll get all my lessons done so I don't have to concentrate on it during break. I turn the email off. I don't want to receive an email during break, to put my mind back in it. I think it's really important for everyone to be like that. And
I think you're right about
it was until I did it. And then I was like, oh, I am a much better teacher because I took a break. Yes, Cindy, follow this advice.
I think it's really important to plan. So that's what I'm busy doing. I'm planning to take that break from all my work. I'm planning, and I may work really, really hard before that break to make sure that there's going to be nothing calling me to the computer, nothing saying to me, you better make this call or email this thing or text that thing, nothing. So I want to get as much done as possible and then take that break. And I hope that when we come back to this podcast in January, not only will you see this or another new visual on YouTube.
Who knows? Yes.
Hard to say what we'll come across.
Yeah.
But that also you will find that we as podcasters are also rejuvenated.
Yes, we'll be refreshed.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes. I hope so. And I hope that you take advantage of the time, folks, and do what fills your bucket. Alison, for some people, reading those articles about young children does fill their bucket because they find them inspiring. I mean, I'm just saying that some of us find that
For you.
inspiring, and it sort of excites me about
Yes.
going back to the work. So
Yeah, and I think
it's
that's
not that I'm
important
not taking a
too.
break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
I'm
just
one that I'm like, nah,
part.
I'll read my own books. I'll read that article
I
later.
do both. I think I do both.
Yeah.
You know, there are times I remember when I was teaching when I would be like, okay, I want to buy these things for the classroom. I don't have time to get it until the winter break. And then I
Yeah.
did. I went and I
Yeah.
got those things. But it
Yeah.
really, I didn't see that as work. I saw that as, this is
Yeah.
gonna be so cool when we get back. I can't wait to bring it back. I'm so glad I
Yeah.
had this time now to go get it. So, I think that all of our preschool peeps have to decide, what does this look like for me to take a break and fill my bucket?
Yes. Yeah, because I think there's value in that too. Like if you're saying like,
Yeah.
I want to buy these things for my classroom, but I don't have time until winter break. I think that's valid, and there's value in that, because otherwise,
Yeah.
what you're running around like a chicken with its head cut off during school time just to go to the store or whatever and buy that, when it's like, no, you know
Right.
what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give myself the time. I'm going to allow myself an hour or two to go shopping during Christmas break, during winter break, during spring break, whatever your break is. And then now it's off my list. Boom.
Yeah.
It's done. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Now I can move on. I think there's value in that too. I think
Yeah.
breaks look different for everyone. I've definitely have done that too, where I'm like, oh, I'm at the store. I'm at a good craft store. Look at all this great stuff. I'm buying it now, because I will forget and not come back, and then I'm going to be kicking myself on January 10th that I'm like, oh, I didn't buy it because I didn't have time, so
Yep.
just get it done with.
And you know what? Nothing relaxes me more than crossing things off my to-do list.
Yes.
I
Yeah, nothing
love
relaxes me more
crossing
than
things off the
shopping.
list. Well, that's true. Okay, that too. I became a champion shopper during the pandemic. I am like
Yes.
some kind of shopping, find it somewhere, get it at a decent price pro now.
Mhm.
That was my hobby. And
Well, yeah, we
I
had
could
nothing
put
else
that
to
to
do
work
then.
during a break,
Yeah.
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 So
And there's nothing like a good excuse for me to go to a craft store. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not going, I mean, I will buy $100 worth of stuff for myself, but I only
too.
needed one 50-cent item for the classroom, but it's a good excuse for me to be there.
Yeah.
What? I'm going for the kids. It's for the kids. It's not for me. It's
Oh
not
yeah.
for me. It's for the kids.
Right. Sure, Alison.
Yeah. And then I'm making bracelets in the back. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
Yes.
then I can use all that craft stuff during my break to relax, because that's what I like to do.
We said the title of this episode was Choices, Breaks, and Stuff. So here's stuff. Here's the stuff. During this time when you may be going on winter break, families have many different situations. Some of them are able to take a winter break with their children. Some of them not.
Yes.
Some of them are able to do some amazing things with this time. Some people struggle a little more to figure out what to do with their children for a variety of reasons during these breaks. So here's what I want to encourage you to do. Think about making suggestions to families about what they can do with their children during this break in all situations. So many of the suggestions that I've seen are just if they can be with their children for the whole break. Here's a suggestion: take your children to a museum, take your children to a zoo, but not everybody can do that. Some of the people have to
there's
work.
a lot of cost with those things.
Yes.
It's the expense of it all. Like for me, like I don't have a lot of money. So like when people are like, oh, go take a vacation during spring break, I'm like, I don't have the money to go on vacation during spring break. However, I can go to a park for free with my dog, so, but I think what you're saying is there's also a time issue here too, where some of the parents are still working during that typical holiday break, right? But I think like it doesn't have to be this expensive or intricate, complicated thing to make a memory, right? And I think like those little memories go a long way, like that's what your children will remember. Like, so go outside for 10 minutes and throw a snowball around or make a snowman, or, walk them to school, or maybe they're going to a camp or something during these breaks, like little itty bitty things can add up, like make cookies with them or make new traditions for your holidays and stuff that you can do at home after work, You know, like it doesn't take a lot for it to become a memorable, fun thing with your children.
Just children require connection and nurturing. And honestly, anything you do with them that's going to deepen that connection and add some extra nurturing is going to be valuable. So when we're sending home advice to families, it can't just be go take your children here, go there. What if there's terrible weather? We don't know. So it should include things that people can easily, and I mean easily, add to their routines and experiences that they do at home anyway. You know, read an extra book with your child, sit for an extra 5 minutes and play with them. Have them help you set the table for dinner. All of these are meaningful experiences that you can do during this sort of in limbo time we are until the beginning of the new year, until the beginning of 2024.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go take our holiday break and give you those choices, our winter break, give you those choices of what you're going to listen to from this podcast over the next couple weeks. And then we will see you. I keep looking because I have to write these things down. I will see you will see you, or you will hear us, brand new episode, January 8th, 2024. Please do come back then and enjoy, folks.
Yes. Have fun, peeps.